I've been traveling in Mexico. If you talk to anyone, they'll say, don't go here, don't go there. I've been driving my own car. It's a lot of trouble, actually, to drive a car in Mexico, and just to cross the border. You need a vehicle import permit and insurance and immigration forms and so forth. Most people say that's too much trouble. Well, taking the trouble to do that sometimes helps, and talking to people who drive all the time in Mexico helps too, because they have the answer. People in Texas were saying, don't cross the border. But I drove across anyway. I can't summarize my findings except to say that driving was a very good thing. It was very helpful. It's what I did when I was traveling in the South. I think that giving probably the thing that is the greatest obstacle in travel is a time factor, is that you need to conquer that. Saying, I have to be back on Thursday or next month or next week or whatever it is, then you're on a vacation. Then when you have a time constraint, you have to come back at a certain time. Travel needs to be open-ended. So and then you can stay longer. It's the one-way ticket. You have a one-way ticket. You don't know when you're coming back. I mean, your husband or your wife might say, when are you coming back? And you say, well, I hope. I mean, my wife says the same thing. When will you be back? And I said, well, I'll try to maybe next month or whatever it is, and plead for more time. But I really don't know when I'm coming back. I mean, the honest answer is, I don't know. The smartphone, the internet, Google, all that sort of stuff is unhelpful. I traveled in Angola. I looked online. Virtually everything that I found when I traveled, that was 2007 or 8. I simply couldn't find, any information that was accurate or helpful. Even when I was in Namibia and I was asking about Angola, people were telling me stories. Don't go there, or I've been there, it's terrible, or whatever it was. It wasn't until I actually physically went there and traveled, that I found out what it was like. It wasn't easy travel, but it was. It meant that everything I found out at first hand was accurate, and I mean that relates to travel itself, which is that you really can't find out about it in a book. You need to go. That all knowledge really originates in direct experience, as someone once said. Actually, the someone is Mao Zedong, but he said, you need to go, you need to actually do, he's not the only person who said it, but you need actually to go and find out how to do it. You need to actually present yourself, take a risk, be alone. A big obstacle to travel is being with someone else, someone who's saying, hey, look at that, or let's do this, or I'm tired, or I'm hungry, or whatever it is. Where are we going to stay tonight? I've traveled with people from time to time, and it's very annoying, actually. They get tired, they get hungry when you're not tired or you're not hungry. So dealing with being solitary, not loneliness. Loneliness may be a factor, but just being alone is a factor in travel too. So all these things, technology doesn't help though. It consoles your relatives. You can call your wife or husband and say, I'm all right. But apart from that, really, I don't see anything in it. I lived for 9 years in Africa and Southeast Asia with no telephone, and naturally no internet or anything like that. I just wrote letters or received letters, and I did fine. The internet and email hasn't made people better communicators. I mean, I'm as out of touch or in touch with the internet as I've been when I was writing letters. I don't get more messages from people because I'm on email. In fact, in terms of contact, I hear from my editor or agent probably less than I did when I got letters from them, and all I have to do is send an email. So technology hasn't made life simpler. It's made people, it's confused and created inaccuracies, I think. But I should also say one other thing, which is that everyone travels differently. Everyone writes different books. So there isn't one travel book or one traveler. I'm only myself. And what I'm saying just relates to the way I do it.